Hello everybody. Can you believe it? It's time for another tag. So this is week 9 and Anne has asked us to use bits and bobs this week. So I'm going to stick with fabric instead of using paper. So it's just the way, it's my take on it. I'm just going to stick with the fabric. So this is not an old fabric. I haven't had this one for very long. I bought this because I was working on a quilting project, and so I thought I could use a piece of that, or I could use a piece of this one, which has these tags on there. So I kind of like this one. I think it's more fun than that one over there. Plus, it's just not all that interesting, right? So I think I'm gonna go with this. I've had this fabric a while, and as you can see, I've been using it. There's sections that are cut out where I've been cutting pieces off for other projects. So I was thinking I would use that as the base for the tag. Now my tag is a little bit small, but I think that's okay. I think most of the tags that I do, I'm usually outside of the border anyway of the tag, so. And I kind of like the fact that it's a little bit longer than my tag, so it can hang off at the bottom there. So I think that's what I'm going to use. I don't know which of these that I will use, but there's lots of different ones to choose from. But let's say, for instance, I go with that green one there. Excuse me. I pulled, Anne had asked us to use things that were, to choose things that were either old vintage pieces, maybe from a piece of clothing that we've had for a long time, or something that was gifted to us. So I pulled out this little bit of lace. It came from a larger piece, but it was just a little piece that had been cut off, and it was something that was gifted to me. And then I pulled out another piece. This is new. This is not a vintage, but this is a vintage piece that was also gifted to me. So I'm thinking I can use just a tiny bit of that on there. I pulled out some sari silks that I have, and this one being in a cream, I thought maybe I could put that on there, a bit of that. And then I pulled out some other ones here. This one is in a rose color, so maybe a bit of that on there. And then this is something that I've never used. I've had this in my stash for a while, and it looks like it's a muslin, or some kind of a cotton fabric that's just been frayed on the edges. I think a piece of that in there might be a little bit fun too, a little touch of that in there. And then I have another, I ordered this, gosh, a while ago, but I've never used it either. And it was called a sari. So to me, it is a sari fabric, but it has all of this fun fiber stuff hanging off of it. It's just been, frayed so that it's turned into fuzz. So I thought that would be fun on there too. Maybe a little strip of that in there. And then another thing that I have, I ordered this a long time ago, and it was advertised as part of a lady's garment. And it is this fabric that is, you can tell it's very, very old, and it's just falling apart, and it is so light I can barely even feel it on my hands. And I've only used just a bit of this on something, I don't remember, some project that I did, and I cut a tiny piece off. So I use this sparingly because I know it is very, very old. So I had snipped off a little piece of it for a different project. And after I cut it off and I did a little running stitch right down through the middle of it to gather it. And after I did it, I decided I didn't want to use it for the project that I was working on, so I just tossed it back in the bag with that larger piece. And so today I thought, well, maybe I'll use it. So that will be a really, really vintage piece that I can add on there. So then I thought about adding some other little snippets to it. So, see if I can move that over without messing it up too much. I have a bag here of just scraps. Whenever I cut things apart and I have a little piece left over, I toss it in this bag. And there's all kinds of little things in here. There's little sari pieces, and there's little flowers and all kinds of little things in here. But this piece, which has the beads on it, I thought might be fun. And I know there's another one in here that has beads on it too. Oh, there's a pretty little piece in gold with beads on it, but that's not the one I was thinking of. That's pretty too. Where is it? That might be a pretty piece too to put on there. There it is right there. So I was thinking that piece might be fun on there. So what if I did something like that across the top, but I don't like that color. So what about that one? That's better. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks nice on there. There's even a little tiny piece of lace in there. Might could tuck that in there too. No, it doesn't really do anything for it. Okay, I don't really see anything else in there that'd be pretty in there. I've got tons and tons of stuff. There's even a little tatted piece in here. Probably something that I did a long time ago. Okay, I don't think I see anything in here either. That'd be pretty on another piece. Little roses there. Okay, I'm not going to keep digging through my bags. I have tons of these bags of things, so. Okay, I think that's kind of where I'm gonna go. Don't know if there's a little sequin. I don't know if I'm going to add the green one on there or not. Excuse me. It would definitely be fun in there, wouldn't it? Let's see. I don't like this piece. I kind of like the green in there. That little green leaf poking out of there. I kind of like it. So, it looks like a jumbled mess, doesn't it? Oh gosh. Well, I think I'm gonna go with that jumbled mess. Oh gosh. Okay, well, this looks a little bit too light for me. So I think I may darken this piece. I've probably got some spray inks that I can use because I don't want to tea dye it and wait for it to dry. So I think I have some spray inks that I can spray on there and darken that just a tad so it's not quite so white. So let me go and spray that and I'll be right back. I got my piece dyed and I used, get back in front of the camera here. I used this glimmer mist that's called Walnut Gold, and it darkened it just a tad. So this is the one I sprayed, and that's the other one. So anyway, so that's the piece I'm going to use. And then this is the piece I decided to go with instead of the green that I had picked out. So if I were to put that on there, put the tag, sure that's the right side. Yep. And put it on there about like that. And I'm going to go ahead and tack that on there. Just in a couple of spots right here. I'm just using a regular cotton thread, just a regular sewing cotton thread, and I think that's all I need to hold that on there with. Put a knot in here and I'll do the other side. Okay, so there we go with that. And then if I want to use that piece on there, I could do that there. Excuse me. I pulled out, I found some little dangles, so I thought I could add those on there too. And let's see here. I had already cut a piece off of that. So let's lay that piece on there, like so. Let's see. I also pulled out another little piece of lace that I found that I thought might be pretty on there. And then we'll do the sari on there, and then the pink one, and then the little shabby one, and then the dark one. And I could probably add another piece of the sari on the end over there, or a different piece of lace. And then that piece is going to go across the top like that. Okay, I need to go pull another piece of lace. Just digging through my scraps, and I came across some other pieces here. This piece is just hanging on by a few little threads here at the bottom, but I like how it's frayed at the bottom. So I think I'm just going to leave that on there. Okay, so let me get these things stitched on here. I'm going to stitch these two pieces on first, and then I'll stitch the other pieces across the tops. These are going to hang down a little bit lower than the others. Okay, so let me stitch those on, and we'll continue on. We'll put this piece on, and this piece. Okay, so there's my jumbled mess of a tag. Oh boy, is this all gonna fit on here? Man, oh man, it's gonna be a big tag. I think since I'm not hanging my tags, I'm gonna just go ahead and put the whole tag behind it. And let's see, do we want to add that piece on there still? I think I do. Okay, so that's my tag for week 9. Oh, quite different. It's quite a bit on that little tag. So all the ends are still loose. I only tacked it down, you know, kind of right through there. So they're still fairly loose. And this is not attached under there at all. And okay, hope you enjoyed seeing my tag for week 9. That's going to be it for this week. Thanks so much for watching. Have fun with your tag. Bye.